everyone, my name is Amy and I'm on staff with InterVarsity. And one of the biggest parts of staff that really convinced me to join was evangelism. When I was a junior in college, during our season of NSO, so super busy, meeting a bunch of new students, doing a lot of follow-up, our staff team challenged all the student leaders to share the gospel at every new follow-up meeting, which sounds super daunting, and I'm not sure why we agreed to that at that point, but I'm really glad we did because it was so life transforming and I absolutely loved it. That year, I also was working like a part-time job, like a 20-hour a week job, and it was a job to like help buff up my resume, to help look good for applications and professional school and stuff like that. And so it was a very important job to me. But I remember talking with my mentor and just feeling really exhausted and drained from being at that job all the time. And what actually gave me life was doing these follow-up meetings and sharing the gospel with people. I remember telling that to my mentor, and she was like, oh, well, have you ever considered staff work then? Because that's what staff do. They share the gospel with people and like meet people where they're at and like talk about Jesus to them. And for some reason in my mind, it didn't register to me that that's what staff did. I just thought staff like planned events and led Bible study and like gave a talk every now and again, but they didn't like share the gospel, which it was very wrong because that is something that staff do a lot, if not like all the time. And so she told me to consider staff, and I was like, okay, I guess. But it still wasn't like super serious about it. But as I continued through that season of NSO and sharing the gospel, it was amazing. And I thought that if this is what this job gets to do, is that I get to share the love of Jesus and see it like transform people's lives, bring healing into their lives, bring hope into their lives. And I can be a part of that. Like I can see it happen right in front of me. I knew it was definitely something that I wanted to pursue and be a part of my professional life. And so now that I've been on staff, evangelism is still something that I super love and enjoy to do because it is the most like tangible way to see God transform people's lives. And I loved being a part of that, not just like waiting for people to ask about Jesus, but being up front and being like, this is what I believe. This is who Jesus is to me. I think we often conflate the conversation of Jesus into being a lot scarier or more risky than it is, which there's definitely a risk. Like I'm not knocking that at all. There's risk. It comes with barriers. It comes with good timing as well. But I think there's also so much power in it, and there's so much love in the gospel that we need to let that like overwhelm us first, and then as we're sharing it, we get to be a part of that healing as well. And that's what I was experiencing, not only God healing other people, but also my own heart in the midst of saying the gospel over and over again. And so yeah, evangelism was huge for me because it not only transformed my life, but I saw it transform the lives of my friends. And it was a huge part of me coming on staff. And I'm really glad that I did, because I'm seeing even now that God is still using the gospel to transform my life each and every day. So I hope you'll consider staff if you're like me and you're super into like seeing like life change happen and transformation and healing as well. Thanks.